Oh.
Hi, I'm Laura with Rethunk Junk by Laura. Sorry, I'm laughing because my husband just dropped the light and almost shattered the light bulb on the floor. And we're running a little bit late today because I had a spot of paint right here that he made me remove before we started the video because we want to look good on the video, right? Like you can see it and all the hair on my arms and all that paint splotches on my hands, but there is no paint right there. I would like you all to notice. So today we're going to be doing chalkboards. We got several different ideas of chalkboards we're going to do, and sorry. And what you're going to need for this is paint, and then whatever board surface you're going to use, because we've got several options that I'm going to show you, and then there's some miscellaneous supplies again depending on which one you choose. So let me start with, because we've had some awesome questions. I'm thrilled that there are actually one or two of you out there watching the videos. Our last one, I think we had like 20,000 views, which was absolutely so fun and exciting, and a little nerve-wracking if I think about it, so I'm not going to think about it. But some of you are asking, oh wait, one of you said slow down, don't talk so fast. Let me just say that I don't like being in front of the camera. When I'm in front of the camera, it makes me really, really nervous, and when I'm really, really nervous, I talk fast. There's really nothing I can do about it. Your job is to listen really, really fast. So I'll try and slow down. But let me say that one of the questions we have people ask is, what products are you using? And I guess I just assumed that since we're Rethunk Junk, you would know that we're using Rethunk Junk products, but let me just go over really quickly. And another question I have gotten quite a few times lately is, what's the difference? Are you guys a chalk paint? And if not, what's the difference? We're not a chalk paint. There's no powder in our paint. You don't have to wax with our paint. It has some similarities in that you don't sand and you don't prime before you start, which is wonderful because I don't like that stuff. I'm ready to jump in and do my project. I'm an immediate gratification kind of girl, and I want to get it done. It dries really quickly. It distresses beautifully. It's a fabulous product, and we have a stain top, and we have a gunk, which is like a decoupage product, and we have glazes and all kinds of fun stuff. And so that's what we use when we do these products, these projects that we're doing. So today we're going to do chalkboards, and let me just show you a couple of them, and then we'll jump in and do one. This one, because this one would be so easy and a great gift. This one is just a piece of MDF. And so I added this. This is a great thing to hold the chalk. Let me just show you that it's a great thing to hold the chalk. So you can throw your chalk right on in there. You got a great chalk holder there. And so I was putting this on. I only have one size screw. This is the way my life is going lately. And so I laid it down, put the screws on. Couldn't find the drill, so I did it by hand. And I'm thinking, oh, aren't I She-Ra? I'm fabulous. This is wonderful. I screwed it to my tabletop. had to take the screws out to get it back off. Now the plan was, did I not just announce we don't have a drill today? Who knows where that went? I'm sure Tom had something to do with it. But the plan is, drill 2 little holes here and add some really cute ribbon to hang it with. Then it can be a reminder board, it can be a memo board, it can be a menu board, it can be whatever you want it to be, whatever you want it to do. So that's one idea, and I'll show you how we're going to do these in just one sec. Then the other one is in the other room. Would you go get it, the one that had the paper on it? And Katie, while he's doing that, see if you can show them the chalkboard over there that's the cabinet door without showing them any of the mess in here. See the one hanging on the wall there? And I'll talk about it while you do that. That is a cabinet door. One? And I just use our gunk to put scrapbook paper around it to frame it out. Instead of painting it, it was just something a little bit different. The inside's painted, and then the outside has, like I said, I just cut the strips, and I think I was an overachiever on that one, and I actually mitered the corners, or did I not? Did I just do it plain?
I don't know what that means, so.
Oh, okay. This one I just did regular. This is just, again, whoops, a scrap of wood that I had laying around. This is our, and let me go back another step. Any of our paint that you do not use a glaze or a sealer on can be used as a chalkboard surface. So you don't have to buy chalkboard paint. You just use any of our 24 fabulous colors, and you've got a chalkboard. So this was a scrap, and I just painted it, our robin's egg, put some scrapbook paper around it. I haven't even really trimmed it. I did about 10 minutes ago. So one of the things you need to know, though, when you're doing a chalkboard, hand me this big piece right here, and I'll show you while I'm talking about it.
This one?
Uh-huh. Thank you, Katie.
I got skills. I can
Again, piece of MDF. It looks like on the back of this it's called Yucca board. I don't know, my dad called it MDF, so I always do. So I painted this with our slate paint. Before you ever use a chalkboard surface, this right here is just a piece of that MDF. I use some paint and put little words and flowers on it and stuff. But before you use one, you need to season it. They say season your chalkboard. And I always wondered, first of all, what that meant. Then I figured that out. And then I thought, what a dumb step is that? Because look how clean and beautiful this is. Why would I season it? Which means you rub your chalk across it like this. Oh, I hate that noise. Oh. Okay, so that's what you do to season your chalkboard. If they say do that, if you don't, where's my eraser? Oh, thank you. If you don't, I was going to catch that. Okay. Now, you can clean it. He just cleaned that one over there because he said you couldn't read it. You can clean it with some damp water. You've got water on this one because there's a little streak of water going through here. You can clean it with damp water if it gets yucky. But if you don't do this first, before you start writing on it, the very first thing you ever write on the chalkboard, you'll see a faint shadow of that. You can never totally erase it. It'll just stick there forever. Even if you're erasing, you can see those letters in the back. My kids know this. When I'm assembly lining chalkboards to sell, they're always running over when I leave the room and writing "Dad is a dork" on the chalkboard, so we can never really erase that. So he always knows exactly. Now you can write on it though. Whoops, if your chalk doesn't break. Okay, I just did this chalkboard just a few minutes ago, and it's already ready to be seasoned, and you can move that over to the side. In a minute, I'll ask you to bring it back, because I'm going to do a
Why
standing
did you
frame.
do .44?
I did high. If you turn it upside down.
Oh.
There, it's high. .44. Okay, the other thing that's really exciting is this one right here. Again, we don't have a drill, but this is a piece of tin. Ta-da! Painted the tin, seasoned it, and the plan was, when we had the drill, the plan is to put it right there so you don't see those two dots, because I put it there when it was still wet. So the plan is it goes right about there, and then I'm just going to take the washers so that the corners have a little bit of something going on there, and then screw that tin in so you have a chalkboard magnet board. So these are going to fall off, but chalkboard magnet board, isn't that fabulous? This right here, this color right here, is one of the new colors we're coming out with in February. It's called Vintage Coral. It is so pretty. This is it with driftwood. It doesn't look as dark as driftwood normally is if you're familiar with our paint. That's because it's got chalk dust all over it. But this is the coral color. So, just to start, all I did for the tin is prepped it. And you prep the tin because it's got some kind of finish on it when they send it out of the factory to protect it, and we want to get rid of the finish. So I just kind of let it sit there just for a couple minutes and do its thing, and then rub it down. You're not using water, you're not rinsing. That's our prep. In a minute I'm going to show you why we prep. So it's not that this is really dirty, it's just that it gets the finish off there and gives the paint something to grab onto. So then, let me pick a color. Okay, we're going to do, oh, I don't have the teal in here. Nobody brought teal? Alright, we'll do driftwood.
Sorry.
Nope, I'm sure it was Dad's fault. Okay. Okay, you're just going to paint the tin. There's nothing fancy to it. All you have to do is not seal any of our paint colors, and they will double. No tough top, no glaze, and you're good to go as far as the chalkboard surface. And it'll take 2 coats. So there's my first. And you know, they have colored chalk now. So you could even do a linen chalkboard. They got black chalk, and well, they've had colored chalk forever, but I like the black. It's really classy and cool. Okay. So there's our first coat on the tin. That's all you do there. And let me switch and show you the big frame we're working on, because this one's so much fun. So pretty. This frame right here, you can zoom in, Kate, and then I'm gonna. Alright. This is a way cool frame. And I got it for $10 at a thrift store. It's humongous and I love it. This is our new blue lace color. It's really, really pretty. And all we did was paint the frame. I did glaze it. Katie, show them a part where it's not glazed over here and then the side where it is glazed so you can see what a difference the glaze makes. It's so pretty with this color. That's our dark glaze that goes over all the colors real pretty. So I didn't like the gold. I'm going to trim it out with linen, but covering it with the blue lace first. And squishing in all the holes. And the reason I glazed this one is because when I distressed, because I tried the distressing, I had a whole lot of red and cheapy gold coming through, and I didn't want that. So instead of distressing, I glazed and just highlighted those areas. And I'm going to have Tom take this and put it in front of the fan in the other room. Can you hear him coming? Put it in front of the fan in the other room so it can dry. And there you go. If you'll stick that in front of a fan, then I'll be able to put the second coat on and I'll be able to glaze it. And then before you run away with it, will you hand me those drawers?
Chalkboard, baby.
Yes. All right. This is why we prep. I got this dresser just recently, and it looks dirty, but it just looks like a used dresser. It just looks dirty. You don't have to follow me, Kate. No butt shots. Do the dresser drawer.
No, I'm doing the drawer. You
Okay.
actually made. Thank you.
Okay. So I'm putting a glove on because of what's going to happen with this drawer when we prep it. I want to prep that. Let's put this over here. All right. I've had several people say, do you have to prep? It's an insurance policy. There are some pieces you probably would not have to prep. And my advice is if you're doing a kitchen or you're doing a big piece, go to the dollar store and get a bottle that goes like this, because doing this after a while gets old. This is a whole lot easier. You can just pour it in and do that. All of our products are water-based, soap and water cleanup. I only have the glove on because I was amazed at what comes off this dresser. Okay, so I'm going to let it sit for a second while...
Do a dance.
I could do a dance. I could. Okay, I'm going to season this one and show you how cute it is. Okay, there's my fancy eraser. And see, this is supposed to have ribbon too. I'm just going to take it to my daughter, who loves blue. And look, it's sparkly, so I love it. Can you see there?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, here we go. We're going to prep this drawer. Sprayed it on, let it sit for a few minutes. Some of you will have to wipe it down a little faster. Just kind of watch if you're out west and you don't have any humidity. We could leave this and come back next week and it'd still be sitting on there because of all of our humidity. And so here we go. There's my rag. That's what we got off this dresser that looked halfway clean. It didn't look too horrible. It looked just like a used dresser. And it's amazing the times I'm doing something where that's what I'll get off something. And if I let it soak for a while, it'll get the stickers off here. I did not, so it's not. Okay, second pass. I'm still getting junk off. That's coming off my dresser. The paint's not going to stick to that for as long as it would if you actually prep it and make it clean. So that's just gross.
What product are you using in your spray bottle?
The prep. Boop. Prep. Rethunk Junk by Laura Furniture Paint. It's the prep. It's the first step. You clean your piece, spray it on, wipe it off. And normally you don't get this kind of junk, but it's amazing when you do. I mean, I've had people come to paint class, and I'll pass around the prep, and they're like, well, we already cleaned it before we came. It's like, you know, you clean your piece, you clean your house before the cleaning lady comes. We already cleaned my piece before we get, and said, well, just prep it anyway, just play with us and do it anyway. They'll prep, and it's amazing what still comes off their piece. And this is, there's nothing nasty, no harsh chemicals. There, it gets the stickers off too. So I'm on my third pass with the prep, and I'm still getting junk. Will you bring that other drawer over, Tom?
Does the prep work on kitchen cabinets as well?
Prep works on kitchen. Yes, prep is essential for kitchen cabinets. You might can cheat on a dresser every now and then, but with kitchen cabinets, you need to prep, and you need to prep twice. It's one of the big keys to having your kitchen cabinet job be successful and beautiful and professional. It's wonderful. We've had several people tell us that they broke down and used the prep, and they feel like not only does it clean your piece, but it makes the paint go on smoother and level better. Okay, so you can see this one, Katie. This is, we prepped this drawer coming up. So look at the difference once we got done getting all the grime off. Now the paint's gonna stick to that. Can you see the difference?
Yeah, the dirty one is shinier.
Yeah, because it's still got some of that. It kind of etches into that commercial finish. Now again, we were lucky enough to find one that's a fabulous example. Yeah, that's what it was, where we didn't get it good enough. Normally, you're not going to get this kind of grime off a piece. And I'll have to show you the piece later so you can see how beautiful it turns out. But that's our, is the piece in there dry? The frame? Now he won't even speak. He just looked at me. I don't know if it's dry or not. So prep is a really good idea. Are there any questions popping up, Kate?
No, I think I read off the ones that did pop up.
Perfect. All right. So he's going to bring that piece in, and I'm going to show you on one side how to glaze it, and it's dry. Fabulous. I love how fast it dries. A fan is a good idea, but I love how fast it dries.
Well, 100%, but it's
That's okay. Okay, so I can glaze that side because I did that earlier today. 2 coats is what it takes to make a job beautiful. Every now and then you'll get it in 1 coat, but for the most part it's going to take 2 coats. So I've got it all there now.
So you don't have to sand if you use the prep.
Exactly, exactly. Much easier to spray something on and wipe it off than to go through the sanding. Even if you're going to cheat and do a piece without prepping, you still don't sand. We recommend the prep, but it's not, you know, you still don't want to sand. Sanding's no fun at all. Okay, so that's all I did to trim it out with linen. I did 2 coats, but I just took a little brush, put it through there. That's all I did there.
Would you use the prep if you are going to use your stain top?
Yes, yes I would. Anything we're going to put these products on, I would clean first and use the prep. I've been amazed even in my own home what will come off when I use the prep. It's a great idea. It's a good idea.
What if you've already repainted? Will this paint go over with prep or should we sand?
Yes, it will. You can go over painted surfaces. We do it all the time. That's one of the things I love about not waxing. We don't wax. It's a petroleum-based product and you can't seal over it. So number one, it makes no sense to me to wax my dining room table and then call my 5 children for dinner. The wax is kind of harder for me to work with and I'm a little bit lazy. And it comes off over time when you clean. And also, if you have waxed, you can't paint over it until you remove the wax. I change my mind all the time. I just repainted all the burnt furniture in our basement because I was ready for a different color. And all I had to do was go down there, prep it, and repaint. So you can totally repaint over painted surfaces, and it's lovely to have that option. Good question.
As long as they're not waxed.
As long as, well, I said that. You have to get the wax off as long as you're not waxed. Okay, so here you go. We're going to glaze now. And this is our dark glaze. Looks good. Almost all of our colors look great with this on it. Midnight is not going to show up. Our black's not going to show up. And our brown's not going to show up. Some sweet. But for the rest of them, it's fabulous. Okay? All you're going to do is brush it on. Can you see that there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which looks like, oh, she's messed it up. Take a damp rag, really, really wrung out, or I've got a stain sponge right now.
Why not cuss?
Damp rag. Okay, I like to remove it, so much easier when he's not here. I like to remove it from this little section right here. I like to have it lighter, and then I like to smush it in the cracks on this little section. Okay, I'm going to go this way because I kind of like taking it off these little round guys too, so that you see it more in the cracks. But see how easy that is to do? It gives the same look as waxing look does, but it's so much easier. I don't have to buff it. I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, and it's way easy. If I want more in a particular spot, I can come back in, add some more here, because I want it to be down in that little crack right there. Okay, and okay, see, you've got playtime with it because I'm still removing some from the first pass I made. See, I've got it almost not glazed right in through here, so it really shows up on the little accented part there. Okay, and I have no idea if that's even with the other side because I'm working across from the other side. But
Yeah, and that was the before.
yeah, there's before and after, and it's so, so pretty when it's glazed. I think I have it darker on the linen over there, but oh well, I can even it up later when 4 or 5 people aren't watching. So, all right, hand me the piece right there so we can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like finished. This one I bought and I was so excited because I got a 4x8 sheet of the MDF stuff here. Yes?
If you flip it over, it'll, yeah, go.
Flip it over? You want me to flip it? Would it make you happy? If it'll make you, I'll do it this way. How's that?
It'll show it more finished.
Okay, there you go. Well, I only seasoned half of my chalkboard. Anyway, what I was saying is, I've got this 4x8 sheet of chalkboard, and I wrote MDF, and I realized all I had to do was trim the top, and it fits in here exactly. I'll take an after picture when I get it all done and post it on the website. But look how stunning that's going to be. And you pay quite a bit. I was actually looking at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and their chalkboards this size, which aren't nearly as fabulous as this one, just something similar to this size, is about $90 to $120. So, and I know you're all thinking you can get them 50% off, but again, they won't be tailored to your home, they won't be matching, and you won't have the pride and joy of knowing that you made it yourself. So, this week was chalkboards. So get some paint, Don't use it. Don't seal it. It will double as a chalkboard surface. Prep everything in your home. For prep in our home is kind of like, if you see my Big Fat Greek Wedding, it's the guy that sprays Windex on everything. That's Tom in the prep. Katie said the other day that she felt like she might be going to break out a little bit on her forehead, which is crazy because she has beautiful skin and she's stunning. But she announced that, and before she could do anything, Tom had prepped her forehead. That'll tell you how safe it is. And he swears that later in the day, everything had cleared up and there was no problem.
Did it work?
She nodded yes. I do not recommend prepping your foreheads, but I do recommend prepping your furniture. So we appreciate you watching. We appreciate the questions. We appreciate the comments. Check our store locator on our website, www.rethunkjunkfurniture.com, and find a retailer near you, because we've got about 160 of them that carry the products. And if you're interested in carrying the products, we would love to hear from you too, because we're all the time looking for people to join the family. Happy rethunking.